Well, might as well do a little quick video here. It's nasty out. I can't even, I don't know, you can barely make out the tree row right there to the north. Conditions are worse than last week during that blizzard. It's about 15. Oh no, it's probably about 10 below out right now. Actually, it's supposed to get up to a whopping 9 below for a high today, and that's the warmest it's gonna be till, ooh, I want to say Sunday. Yeah, Sunday we're finally supposed to get above zero again, but yeah. 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds this afternoon, and we got about 6 inches of snow here again yesterday and the day before. You can see the sun peeking through. That's all snow up there. It looks like it's overcast, but that's just all snow blowing in there right now, so pretty nasty. Had to whip out the heavy bibs, and yeah, just feeding cows right now, and yeah, just kind of checking stuff over, I guess. You know, not a whole lot to do today outside. Take care of the critters. That's about it. Well, I can actually see the trees up north. Finally. Sun is full shine. It's about, I don't know, 15 below right now, or 14 below, something like that. Warmest it's gonna get. Oh, the sun shining will help. Wind is finally letting up a little bit. It's still 20 plus mile an hour yet. All the snow blowing yet. Yeah, yesterday was practically whiteout conditions most of the time. This is worse than last week's blizzard. About, you know, a bit less snow, but just it being colder, much colder. Made it just ugly out. The tank across the road, that tire tank, I chipped the opening we have on a little opening, and I never seen so much ice in there. I think it was either 5 or 6 inches worth of ice on top of the opening. I've never seen it that thick before. Just nuts. I mean, that tank's not heated. Just whatever the groundwater temperature is that comes in keeps it thawed. But yeah, I've never seen so much ice in there before. Do a bit of snow removal again, probably on, I would say, Monday. I don't know. Sunday it's supposed to warm up, be above zero finally on Sunday, but everything's gonna be so cold. Probably won't do any snow removal till Monday. It's a little bit warmer out. We're supposed to see, the stupid part about it, we're supposed to see 30 degrees next week, which is insane. You go from, I don't know, we might get down to, I don't know, maybe 25 below, maybe we might see. And then we're supposed to go to 30 above in a couple days then. Just kind of really dumb. But really gotta keep an eye on these bissies here. Make sure they're doing all right. Hopefully, I gotta keep checking them really good. Yeah, I've seen cows on my channel before, even years prior, and I see it on other people's channels too, about the cows not being in a building, inside of a building, in a barn or something. You're being so cruel to these animals, not having them inside. Here's a lesson on cows for those that don't know. As long as they have windbreak, water, and number 3, food. They're pretty tough animals. I mean, just when I'm just standing around them here, close by, when they're huddled up, I actually feel like I'm dressed too warm when I get close to them. Like right now, I can just kind of feel a little bit of heat resonating right now. Thankfully, it was kind of a gradual cool down, from, over the last 3 weeks, it kind of was nice out, then it got the first blizzard, it was still kind of warm out, kind of went gradually into this cool down. So it wasn't just a sharp hit on them. Do I still feel bad for them? Of course I feel bad for them yet. Why wouldn't I? I mean, when I'm even out here working, it's just like, especially when you're in the wind, it's brutal. But when you're out of the wind, it's not so bad. But that's just where in this nasty weather we can get them food for body heat and energy, and they can do it. But then my argument for those people that think this is cruel, well, what about all the deer, the coyotes, the pheasants, the birds in general? I mean, all those other animals that are out and about. They're probably cooped up in a tree row, right? Well, but with them, what food source do they have sometimes? Or water, for that matter? They probably got to eat snow for water. It's really hard on those, on the wildlife. It's very hard on them. These cows have it made because they get food and water brought to them. That's the difference. That's why I check them as often as I do during the winter time too. Not just for my exercise for walking around, but I like to know how they're doing. You can tell the cows are a little slow today, you know, in the morning. It's being brutal out, but you know, pushing and shoving and a little bit here. There you go. Pushing and shoving and moving. Everyone's eating. And that's a pretty good telltale sign that if they're moving, they're eating, active eating, nobody's by themselves, no one's not laying down, not doing anything. As long as they're moving and eating, you probably know they're doing all right. And then it's kind of checking over them, looking at them to see how thin they look or whatnot. I mean, it's just gotta see how they're doing. Really, for us, our cows, yeah, when it's nice, nasty weather out, yeah, they don't mind being inside of a building. But when the sun is shining and whatnot, they don't like being inside the barns. They hate it. It's like that during calving season. They hate being inside barns. They want to be out and about. So. I had a kind of a minor emergency going on right now, but one of the neighbors isn't feeling very well. So, yeah, I went down with the sled with some stuff. Dad went down with the tractor to open his yard up, and then we had a couple other neighbors come over, and they had some stuff to bring with their pickup, and so bring him some stuff for the time being. The roads are blocked at the highways. One of those things, maybe we have to just, I don't know, depends, I guess. So getting everything, you know, Casey has to go to the hospital or something like that. Someone can, well, it's bad either way. So at least I can see the other tree rows over there now, to the a mile east there. At least I can see them now. Snow is still drifting yet. I mean, where we opened up on our road going south, it's still, you know, I came back that way about, I don't know, it could have been 20 minutes later. It's already like blowed shut already. Those drifts are hard. Boy, it's rough going with the sled. It's rough. Well, the first nice day in about, I don't know, close to 3 weeks, I'd say. No wind. 30 degrees out. Out of these last 14 days, I think we had 2 days with light winds and 2 days of full sun. Since then, yeah, wind, overcast, and snow practically every day. Yeah, I'd say this past week since let's see, how much snow we have the first blizzard? 2 feet? And then we had a foot of snow the next blizzard. The sub-zero stuff. And just a couple days ago, or I guess say over the past week, but just a couple days ago, we probably got 6 or 7 more inches. Plus, snowing off and on the last 3 weeks too, even, you know, after the blizzards and whatnot. Yeah, so we're probably over the 60-inch mark now for snow totals this year so far. Even then, a couple days where the sun should have been shining, you could actually see it peeking through, but there's just so much snow blowing. We actually had some ground blizzards. Of course, just being sub-zero too. So even the kitties are out. Ya tubbers? Hey kitty, here Bailey. Those kitties are fat. They've been cooped up in the barn for like 3 weeks. Been feeding them pretty good. Here comes Carly too. Hey poopers. Yeah, it's about time to see you kitties down here again. You tubby tubs. You tubbies. Look at that tummy. You kitties are not neglected. Yep. Nice and warm out. It's almost too warm. I mean, look, I'm wearing my Carhartts yesterday still yet. And now today it's like, oh, just light insulated coveralls. Good enough. Tomorrow's supposed to be about the same like this tomorrow, and finally get the stupid snow crusted over so it quits blowing around. Man, this stuff slugged up. Holy cow. Some places there's maybe only a few inches of snow in some places. But in other places there's like 14, 15 foot drifts then. I guess some bad news before this, because I didn't record a whole lot during the sub-zero crap. It was miserable. But well, we brought home 4 critters from across the road. 2 cows and 2 bulls, 2 of the bulls. The one bull that had that lump on his jaw for these past few years, that I talked about a while ago on a video. Yeah, after the sub-zero crap, he went downhill fast. Had him home here, and feed. He was with the other bull too, and getting along just fine. And yeah, then the coldest night then, Friday night, Saturday. I came out the next morning. He's about done. We ended up putting a bunch of straw on top of him, tarping him, and putting the torpedo heater blowing on him because it's trying to get him warmed up again. But like you say, on Friday he looked all right. Like he was eating and looked fine. I mean, he was going downhill, but like I say, after Friday night and Saturday. So yeah, he ended up croaking. So we lost that bull. I don't know if that lump was bothering him more, or if he got sick, or he just had something over these past few weeks, just wasn't getting over it. So, of course, we got that one calf locked up yet too. Still not doing very good. Plus, a handful of other cows locked up south of the barn yet. Just they're thin, and so that's why we have our bulls insured for crap like this. So, kind of like what happened this spring is just like what happened with Little Bird and another cow this spring too, and one of my bulls this spring too. You just have this crappy weather. It just goes on and on and on, and if an animal has issues, either they're sick or something chronic or something, it's like a death sentence practically. And that's why that one bull this spring, that he kind of was having trouble all winter, but we had him locked up and home all winter for quite a while until it got nice out, and we kicked the other bulls then. And of course the weather, that was when calving started. You couldn't keep them by the barns anymore. We needed that for calves, and put him with the other bulls. The bulls were in a good spot during that crappy weather, but whatever he had, he just couldn't get over it. He lost him, and of course Little Bird croaking this summer. Just one of those things when you do everything you can for them, and when they have something wrong with them and the weather is just crap, it's a death sentence. There's not a whole lot a guy can do unless you actually had like a heated building to put them inside then, just to keep them way warmer than it is outside. But again, that's another problem then you have to get them back acquainted with the winter then, and that's tough on them then too again. So it's just been it's been a bugger. That first blizzard, that was like a cakewalk. Yeah, we had a lot more snow. But this second stretch of weather, though, with that sub-zero crap, that was rough. That was rough. So, cows crossed road today, shred them 4 slew bales, and then we dumped corn and chopped hay on top of them for them. So they got quite a bit of corn today. Get them boosted. So, probably doing that again here, probably next week again too. And finally went snowmobiling today too. 80% of the snow is crap. because it's just hard drifts, and just have to find some meadows and coves where there's, or on top of some hills actually. Actually, the snow is the nicest then, so it's yeah, it hasn't been fun. So have fun feeding the cows now for the next rest of the winter. In the field, there's a lot of places there's at least 2 feet of snow all over, except for a couple places where it blew off some of the soil. You know, there's only a few inches then, but a lot of places you can't even get through with the tractor. And same with across the road too. We got 4 gates we can go in. Well, the main gate here, electric gate by the blue building, and then we got 2 places north side of the pasture where we just take the fence off the clips real quickly and get in 2 places. And really the only place where we can get in to get anywhere is through the main gate here. South of the blue building. It's just south of the white bins there is where you can only feed. You can't get through anywhere. It's drifted shut. The 2 little letdowns, north side of the pasture. The one, the ditch is so full you can't even get in the pasture. And then the other one, you can feed on top of the hill there where you come in, but that's about it. You can't get in anywhere else. So places to feed across the road now is limited. Pretty much go out the gate, head straight out. We actually had to bulldoze a path through there with the tractors just to get out there, but we got some place to feed out there when it's nicer out. But yeah, lost a lot of good spots to feed now, so it'll be a little bit rougher now. We can get anywhere, and if we get any amount of snow, then wind, it's just gonna drift everything shut again. Even along the roads here too, ditches. I was feeding the cows in the field today. Blader came by, and I think it took him 3 or 4 shots to get through that one place. You go through, hit it, snow goes flying, and then he loses his momentum. He has to back up a ways, then get speed again, hit it again, snow goes flying, stopped again. There's so much snow. It's for only 60 inches of snow. There's a lot of snow in places. We've had a lot of snow in 2022, really, with this spring too, and the start of this winter too. We've had a lot of snow this year. Oh man.